Welcome back to another episode of the Youth Academy Kermo here in Season 8 now, Season 4 in the Premier League, where last season we finished ourselves getting inside of the Champions League by finishing in, actually we finished third in the league, not even fourth. We finished third in the league after a very, very poor start to the season. We also won the FA Cup against Manchester City, so we had that the backbone. So we were going to be in European football no matter what. And if you have been watching this, you have been knowing Simon Hoffman has been 99 overall since we bought him back in last season. That is absolutely insane. I went ahead and just decreased his rating, decreased some of his stats. He is now 94 overall, but he does have a potential of going up to 96. And I'm going to kind of hard cap him at 96, I can't lie, because he last season 56 goals in 50 games is absolutely insane. That's a little bit cheaty. It's a little bit too easy. You just send the ball up the field for him. He runs in behind the defenders, and it's an easy one-on-one with the keeper, and he's scoring 95 out of 100% of that time. So we went ahead and decreased his stats just slightly for some of them. His finishing was from 99 to 93. His long shot actually kind of stayed the same. His curve stayed the same, I know that much. His reaction stayed the same. His ball control got decreased. His composure got decreased. I decreased his stamina as well. I decreased his sprint speed and acceleration. He's now 90 and 91. I might up that again to like 93, 94-ish, 95-ish, somewhere around that. His shot power got decreased. His crossing has always been piss poor, as well as his vision has always been piss poor. And honestly, I'm kind of half tempted to try and train his vision and crossing, but there's none of these options here, so that's just too much work. So balance it is. So that is that. We also went ahead and bought in everybody that was in our youth academy, because my idea is to sell Esposito, bring in Wilkinson. He would be our backup goalkeeper, obviously 15 years old, 69. I went ahead and reinstated the youth staff as well. We are going back to basics here. So youth academy, Brazil for 3 months, Germany for 3 months, and then España for 3 months as well. We are going back to basics. I'm stripping this back a little bit. We are in a Champions League. We do have 200 million to spend. We are going to spend some of that. But this team right here is looking almost set. Maybe our backline could improve, but other than that, it's looking like it's going to be set. I kind of don't want to touch the starting 11 besides our two center backs possibly. As far as our bench, this is our reserve starting 11. Everybody that is a bench player now is in this team, and besides a right back, we actually don't have a right back backup, so we'll be bringing him in as soon as possible. Our backup is not even that bad either. Our backup is pretty good as well. However, I want to improve our squad depth, because I want to go ahead and rotate the teams a lot more. I have been pretty much playing with this team every single game, in and out, rotating slightly just for cup competitions, and Daniels and Vargas switching it out, in and out. But that was pretty much it. So I want to bring in more squad depth to be able to rotate the team a lot more and have more opportunities for more players. And with Hoffman actually not being 99 anymore, it's going to open a door for Roberts to slide in there as well and possibly fight for a starting spot. He obviously probably won't win that starting spot, but he can definitely fight for it. We have players on the transfer list. Now we either sell Esposito and have Wilkinson as our goalkeeper, or sell Esposito, loan out Wilkinson, and bring in Prieto as a backup goalkeeper from Juventus. That is honestly option number one. I'm going with that, to be honest. I want to bring in Mosquera from Arsenal. He is a Sergio Ramos regen, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to sign massive big name regens like Messi, Ronaldo, yada yada yada, but I can sign some decent big-ish names regens. I have lifted that up. I know y'all voted no. I'm overruling that. Michael Grau possibly for just squad depth in the midfield, as well as Christensen as squad depth in the midfield as well. We also have Rizzo we could bring in for a free. Kind of don't want to bring in players for a free. And then we have Mohamed Salah's regen that we could bring in for a free, but his stats are insane as a 19-year-old, and I'm honestly half tempted to not even bring him in at all. So I think all these four players are the priority to bring in. And then whether or not we sell players or not, I mean, just look at some of these insane players on the free agent market. We have Clever Carvalho, 21 years old, 86 overall. Lajel Hernandez is actually somebody I'm now looking at as well to bring in. I don't know who he's a regen in, or maybe not even a regen at all. He could be somebody that we bring in as well. He could just be a generated player. Herman, 17 years old, and he's already 87 overall. That's insane. 81 overall for Emil Simon. We could bring him in. I don't want to, but we could. Sergi Mosqueda, 88 overall at 21. Mendes, 84 at 18. Victor Deriz, 81 at 20. Breno Fayetta, 82 at 17, 83 at 18, 85 at 19. I wonder if, Curtis Parker as a cam. He's one of our players that we had originally as well, because he was one of the first ones we scouted in Wales. We could bring him back. I don't think I've sold him for that much. That's insane. I wonder, where is Benzema's regen? Pierre Gillette, 96 overall at 22. I don't know where the hell Blooming is, but that's where he's at. Look at his stats. 99, 96. He's 5'6" as well, so his agility is insane. That's beautiful. Beautiful finishing, beautiful dribbling, beautiful ball control, curve, volleys, just everything. Long shots, short pass, shot power. His heading ain't that great, obviously, because he's quite of a midget. 89 composure, 93 stamina. Where is Blooming at? Club Blooming. That's just a weird place for him to be. We're not going to go ahead and sign him. I guess I should probably start signing some of these players now, though. What in the heck? Man City want to buy Zachary Evans, but they want to give me back Ethan Barnett. Was he not good enough for them last season? But that would be absolutely insane. We are going to go ahead and reject that. We do not want to bring Zachary Evans back at all. And we go ahead and say goodbye to our first player, Mr. Jacobs. No, it's Hernandez who is leaving. Hernandez has been sold to Rangers. He's honestly, I want a new cam, and I possibly want a new starting cam as well. And Hernandez wasn't going to be the man for the job. He just wasn't good enough at all. So we go ahead and sell him for pretty much $24 million to Rangers. And we say goodbye to him. And we say goodbye. I don't know who the heck this is. I don't even know who we just sold at all. I don't even know who this is. Who is it? Wilkinson. Oh, Wilkinson is going out on loan to Crystal Palace. Now, I went ahead and decided to untransfer list Esposito. He will remain our backup striker, and it seems smart to just sign and buy somebody else when Esposito is not only higher overall, but has better and looks like he has better potential, and he can actually start in the starting 11 right now. So we go ahead and loan out Wilkinson, and we go ahead and keep Esposito at the club, hopefully, unless we get a major offer for him. And E11 has been sold for $9.5 million. We bought him in last season just for some squad depth. He served his purpose as doing absolutely fuck all, and we go ahead and sell him. How much did we buy him for? We bought him for $7.5 million. We sold him for $9.5 million. We get $2 million out of him, and he only went ahead and scored a whopping total of 0 goals and 0 assists in 3 games. So he didn't play that much, and he didn't really do that much when he played. So goodbye to him. I say thank you for your service, but you honestly did jack all, so just goodbye, to be honest. And we say goodbye to Jasper John, Juicy John. I mean, we brought him in just as a second effort, and I actually don't think he ever really played many games for us at all. He kind of spent most of his career out on loan to different clubs. We went ahead and just decided to sell him for the season since we have Hoffman and now Roberts as well. He has been sold to Preston. I wouldn't say, like, fuck off to him. I would just say thank you, I guess. I don't know. He's just gone. We've had him for a while. We are going in for our first signing of the summer, and it's not who you think it is. It's not one of the center backs that I showed you at the beginning of the episode. In fact, it's going to be bringing back a former player of ours who is now performing a lot better, and honestly, he could be our new starting cam, Tobias Ziegler. We are going in for him. His contract is expiring, so we might be able to get him for relatively cheap. I'm going to go in with an $80 million offer. Obviously, his value is $100 million flat. But with his contract expiring, we are going to hopefully be able to get him for a lot cheaper than that $99 million. And there it goes. $80 million is going to be spent on Tobias Ziegler. We are going to go ahead and have our new #1 cam for this Premier League season. And honestly, I'm so happy that it is a former player in the squad, and he will be coming in from Leipzig. He's obviously going to be crucial. He will replace Jacobs in that starting 11. He wants a 5-year deal. He is only 22, which isn't bad at all. And we will go ahead and remove the bonus. He's probably going to want around 100K now. Yep. And you know what? Honestly, I might as well just give you the full 100K because that 99K there just looks kind of dumb. So you can accept 100K weekly wages. And Tobias Ziegler, welcome to the squad. Welcome back to the squad. And you'll be our new #1 cam in this starting 11 as we look to build a kind of somewhat of a power team and a good squad depth team for our first season inside the Champions League. Now we are going in for the Barcelona center back that showed off earlier on. I went ahead and checked his birthday. I went and checked any Hungarians that had that birthday in FIFA, that was in FIFA, part of real life. And there's absolutely no one. So this is just some randomly AI generated player. So we are going to go ahead and try and bring him in. There's a reason why I'm bringing him in instead of Mosqueda. And that's honestly stats wise. This one's a little bit weaker and also slightly a little bit better in some aspects. So we are going to go ahead and choose him over Mosqueda. There is opportunity that we still bring Mosqueda into the squad, so that is one to look out for. I also might have just sold somebody else if that deal goes through. We'll see that. 48 million. I don't want the sell-on clause there, so 48.7 million. I'm assuming they accept that. They did. And we are going to go ahead and bring in a player name that I can't pronounce at all, so I'm kind of doing it to myself. Maybe I should have bought in Mosqueda just for simplicity of being able to pronounce the dude's name, but it is what it is. He will come in and he will probably maybe be our new #1 center back. And we are going to go ahead and say goodbye to one of our signings that we bought in last season. I'm pretty sure we bought him in last season. I'm actually not too sure. Did we bring him in last season? No, we must have bought him in the season before. Actually, yeah, we bought him in the season before. Keller has been sold for 44.1 million. He is gone. We improve on him. That's why we bring in that other center back. We say goodbye to him. He's on his way to Italy. Our first scouting report of the season. We're kicking it off in España with Lucas Montoya, 1.3 million rated keeper. I do not want a keeper at all. We are going to go ahead and just disregard him. Everybody else here looks kind of poor, to be honest, and they don't look good enough either. So nothing from Spain. Now over to Germany, where we are going to start off a little bit weak as well. 575K for Keller. We are not going to go ahead and bring him in. I want a million plus. Matthias Hahn, we will go ahead and bring him in to see what he is talking about. But if we don't get a million plus on these players, I am not going to go ahead and bring him in. We're too far deep into the series. 2.9 million for Alex Andrade. We could bring him in and sell him for quick money, but he is 14, so we would have to wait a long time. It's not worth it at all. So we are going to go ahead and disregard him. Igor Morales, no. Diego Barbosa, 58 to 80 overall. That's such an insane, drastic jump. It kind of scares me. It kind of makes me assume that the potential is false as well. But for 4.8 million, we will go ahead and bring him in and see what he is about. Now, he is 14 years old, so we can't actually bring him in at all this season. But 69 overall as a striker is not bad at all. Is he a striker, though, or is he something else? No, he is 100% a striker. His work rates are just low. And then Matthias Hahn as a right winger. I'm not sure if we really need any more right wingers, but it is what it is. He might be a cam. We also don't need a cam either. So we are going to go ahead and train him up and probably release him, honestly, in a couple of weeks' time. But that's that for the first scouting report of the season. And say hello to our newest signing, right back, John McDonald, who joined from Liverpool. He'll be our new backup right back to replace Sieta in just some tiring games that Sieta just can't play, rotational games that he can't play at all. He has been signed for 24-ish million, 19-ish million, something like that from Liverpool. And he will join this squad as we get ready to play our first game of this calendar season. We have Manchester City to not really kick the season off, but to kick competitive football off in the Community Shield. Obviously, we won FA Cup, they won the Premier League. Therefore, we play each other in the Community Shield. We then have Sheffield United and Leeds United in the league play as well. And we are going to go ahead and actually, I have the board objectives. I actually just created the board objectives right now. Hat trick. We want to complete a hat trick in both, well, not both, but all three of the FA Cup, the Premier League, and the Champions League. And I think I'm going to include FA Cup or Carabao Cup, either competition, a hat trick in that. And that could be from, it doesn't have to be the same three players. It more than likely might be Hoffman, in all honesty, on all three of them. And talking about Hoffman, he must obtain 50 goal contributions. He had a whopping total of, how many did he have last season? Last season, I mean, he had 56 goals last season alone. He has 68 goal contributions last season. So 50 for now. He did get a decrease in his rating. I might have to bump that up a little bit later on if need be. And we want to lose only 5 home league games this season. Obviously, playing 19, we want to go ahead and have a fortress and only lose 5 games. Obviously, if I could lose none, that'd be great. But I want to allow myself to only lose 5 home games. I want Evans to have 10 clean sheets. I might up that depending on how well he does. We want the winger dualship Steele and David to have 35 goal contributions in all competitions. We might have to up that as well, possibly later on, because that is a combined total. So we might have to bump that up to like 50 to 75, something like that. And then we want to win the Premier League this season. Community Shield at Wembley Stadium against Manchester City. A new look for some of these faces. Ziegler, Uwais as our new signings in the starting 11. On the bench, we have Robert, Rosales, Cunningham, Jacobs on the bench, Vargas, Petit, and McDonald on the bench as well. I forgot Jacobs is that high overall. I thought he was like 85 or 86. But he's 88 overall, so him and Ziegler are going to have a battle in for the starting 11. They will both play 45 minutes for this game just to see how each one performs against the top side in Man City. In the corner to end the first half, possibly for Rio to get on the score sheet. No, Steele will just send it into the volley. You know what? If that was dipping, that was in the back of the net. But it's out for a goal kick, and we are out at halftime. 45 minutes left to go in the community. And we are going to rotate this team fully. We are going to give opportunities to other players. Ziegler will come on for Jacobs. Vargas will come on for Daniels. Hoffman will come off for Robert. Petit on for Ryu. And then McDonald on for Sieta. And I believe I can make maybe one more sub. Rosales on for Steele. No, I got to sign a new left winger. I got to find a new left winger to replace Rosales.
In control of the situation.
And here's Holland in behind Petit, who plays center defensive mid. We'll switch to center back, and we go ahead and get scored on early in the second half. It's 1-0 for City. Honestly, I don't really care if we lose this final. It's just kind of getting used to a team, trying out players, trying out tactics and all that. Over the top for Robert. He's in behind. Robert, touch was great. The shot is even better, and it's into the back of the net, making it 1-1. Cross comes in. It's cleared by Robert. It will lead up to Moyano. Why is Moyano the player there? We're going to send it to the field for Steele, and Steele has a pace to win the game. Harrison Steele to win the Community Shield. 2-1. And we go ahead and take the lead against Man City, and it's looking like we are going to go ahead and win the Community Shield to kick things off for this season. McDonald wins the ball, and that's game over. We go ahead and win the Community Shield. We don't really care about the celebration, do we? We are going to go ahead and just jump to the end of the game, and we get our first silverware of the season. Hopefully not the last as well, but it's real possible that it might be. Zachariah Dennis will be joining the squad as a free agent. I was hoping we got a left mid via the Youth Academy. That was great enough. Unfortunately, didn't work out. And we are going to go ahead and bring him in for free. And he will replace Rosales on the bench as our second left mid, and possibly even fight for Rosales as well. There's a chance that Rosales is better than this guy, and we go ahead and bring him in for absolutely nothing for no reason. We are going to go ahead and bring in another center mid. Not the one I was thinking about bringing in earlier, but Michael Grab will join from Angers, and he will join for 40 million to be a backup center midfielder for just fringe games. In all honesty, I'm not sure if I have enough money left to do any more signings, and there is still one more player I want to bring in. But Grab will join from Angers, and he will join for 40 million. Do I have money at all? How much money do I have? Surely I have a little bit. I have 128. Okay, we're good there. We have enough to bring in one more player that I want to. Season as well. And as we get into the first game of the season, our home kit, red and black traditional. In fact, I think we actually played with this kit before, if I'm not mistaken, in one of the seasons. I mean, it's 8 seasons long. You're going to start using some of the same kits, possibly, at least the same colorway, same kits. So that's our home kit. Our away kit, not to our first season in Champions League. So we went with a blue and white jersey, and then a pure black on black with a little hint of maybe baby blue in there. You can't really see it well, but there's like the Danish hit of a light blue, light blue in there as well. It's not really light blue at all. It's actually darker gray, but it looks blue on there. We are going to go ahead and kick things today off. We will play one more game this episode against Sheffield United, and in fact, we are going to go ahead and get the start to set everybody here in the starting 11. Dennis, and now in the starting or the bench as well. But everybody here, Ziegler and Jacobs pretty much had the same average rating. Daniels and Vargas had the same average rating. So we'll go ahead and give them each a lot of game time as we get into the season. But we are going to kick things off with our strongest team that we can muster and see if we can kick the season off, as we hopefully should be able to end it off as well. I don't know what I just said there, if that made sense at all. I kind of like that, and I kind of don't like that. I can't lie.
Peterson. Well, they might be onto
And is he in behind? He isn't behind, and it's 1-0 for Sheffield United. How is he not offside? And what the heck was that little camera transition? Yellow cards and stuff in there. Steele will lay it off for Ziegler. Ziegler will lay it off for Hoffman. I'm going to have to play balls on the ground now because offsides is a thing, and Hoffman is able to slide it away, and he'll score the first goal of the season here in the Premier League to level things up with Sheffield United. Wait, so Sheffield United actually won the playoff. Pedersen, Nordingham Davies, Sieta trying to defend. Sieta slide tackling. That's going to be a penalty. I thought I was going to get the ball. I didn't get the ball. I got the whole player. And it's out for a corner. Or not for a corner, for a penalty. A foul for a penalty, I should say. Now that wasn't strictness. That wasn't really. He'll lay it off for Daniels. Back over the top for Hoffman. He'll bicycle kick it for Ziegler. Ziegler will spin off his defender, and Ziegler will level it up. It's 2-2. Pedersen now. Pedersen. Sieta's on the yellow card. I have to be careful with Sieta. I can't go down to 10 men in the first game of the season. I don't remember the last time I ever played 10 men on this. Badan! Sheffield United have the lead. They're here to play. We are getting their promotion cheese thrown straight at us right now. Jebinson's in behind. Jebinson will lay it off for Bodden. Bodden is absolutely destroying me. It's 4-2 now. Sheffield United retake the lead. Davey, early cross in for Robert. Can he control it? He can. Robert, he can finish it as well. That might be a little bit of EA kickoff cheese there, but I'm taking it. 4-3 now with, what, 20-ish minutes left to go?
Well, how about a stoppage time?
Jebinson's in behind. Jebinson to seal it. 5-3. I wasn't going to be able to equalize anyway. We're going to lose our first game of the season to newly promoted side Sheffield United in kind of dominant fashion from them. Leeds United against Wakefield, our first home game. And it's a 3-0 thumping of a win. Ziegler, Davey, and Hoffman all on the score sheet. We get our first 3 points of the season. And we found a new left winger to replace Zachary Dennis already. I didn't really like him. I want somebody that's stronger in that position. And I know this guy is higher, or same overall actually, or maybe even a little bit higher. I think the other guy is 77 and this guy is 79. But this guy is a left winger. Obviously, he will be our new backup left winger. But this guy is 17 and he's 79 overall. So I'm assuming he's going to have great potential and he's going to be able to build a little bit inside this team. We are going to go ahead and bring him in for free. And I don't know what I just said there made sense at all. But you know what? Mason Adams, welcome to the club. We need more center back depth since everyone else has pretty much been sent out on loan. So we welcome Mosquera, the player that I originally wanted to bring in from Arsenal from pretty much ever since I played against him last season. We finally go ahead and bring him in. We had to pay the big bucks for him. He wants an important role. Not sure how much that will actually happen, but he is now walking into the club. And honestly, he's going to be a backup center back right now. He might replace the other center back that we bought from Barcelona, Yalvez or whatever his name is. What is it? Juhaz or Lazio, whatever. Probably, I'm saying it wrong. I'm sorry. But we bring him in, Iago Mosquera, for $62.9 million. That will be our last signing of the summer window. And we're going to end things off in 7th with 1 win, 1 draw. Sheffield United, 1 win, 1 draw, as well as Watford. We also have our Champions League group. I can show y'all that real quick as well, possibly, if my controller will disconnect, or reconnect, I should say. Let's go through the Champions League group all together. Chelsea, Villarreal, Porto, Real Madrid, Leverkusen, Group B. Man City, Bayern, Group C. AC Milan and Atletico de Madrid in Group D. Barcelona, Juve, Ajax in Group E, Spurs and Leipzig and Benfica in Group F. We are in Group G with Hoffenheim, Celtic, and Valerenga Football. That's just an easy group for us. And then PSG and Man United in Group H. When we come back next episode, the season fully kicks off, and we have Southampton, Everton, first Champions League game ever, Preston United in the Carabao Cup. I will see y'all for the next episode. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.